Remember what's. Oh, we're ready then?
Yeah.
Okay, well, on a good right, good joke. So whatever we see you is near. Hear something? Something. Gazit on Rio, you just go in Oji, and that's just going to start or not. Rooney. They tell you what I do. Gorunga Gary, I guess him. Yet he sort of as a tank of Garako, done yet in the stars in Hunzagi, done a Guego Scott, make a nungwe. They tell you what I do. A Guades in Nig and yet the Gero done a Guego Quadziri or Nuka Suma. They tell you what I do. Yet he sort of Gunhan near on another headstone, Gani Guria that the Hawakwe. You can't again had damn dawe or on headset as a stasser and a nungwe. Damn dawe ori wheel got Skana, because it's Tassera. Dano Gari Wakari Shinsera. Okay, as always, as everybody knows that before we do anything, we always have to carry out Honda Gari Wadekwa. And I don't have to explain it here as to what the contents of that is. I don't think any longer, since this is Kanienkeha Class, that we're not like in any of the regular other Zooms that we do where it's like a different kind of interaction. Here, everybody's here for the language, so everybody knows pretty much what that is. So yeah, here we won't have to do that, translate. Okay, so there is a lot of things, as you know, happening in the world, and we want to try to keep what we're talking about timely as possible, but also still connected to the law, our origins, say the proper way. So as a way of looking at things from the corruption that we're looking at, and not to accept it and not to think from within that mindset, but to acknowledge it and to always keep in mind and to with the knowledge of reverting back to the original way, to say just like prior to something being corrupted. So prior to your eggs being scrambled, we want to get back to the original. So keep this in mind in all things, in all our interactions, and everything that you're doing on a daily basis. Right now, more than ever, no matter what any of us are doing, it's not just like a singular thing on its own now. It is now, clearly we can see whatever we're doing in our life is part and parcel to a larger thing. We are either playing into, adding into a corruption, or we are taking away from it. This is now what our lives are and what our existence will be in the next, throughout the next 12 months. So regardless if anybody wants to see that or not. So just keep these things in your mind as to how you're going to relate to all things. And so this is what we want the Kanienkeha classes to reflect. So there's the post that we put from this morning. Will you go get that then? The first paragraph, to send that to Wayagiro.
I did send it to him. Do you want to see it now?
Share it, you mean?
Yeah, so everybody.
Yeah, go ahead. We're not sharing the post. It's really only the first part of it. Yeah.
I sent all of this that is in gray. I don't know if it's all of that.
No, it's really only the. What is that? How come I can't see?
Click on got it.
The blue?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so can you expand that?
Hey, shoot. How did this happen?
Let's move it to the side.
I can't.
Okay, let me go over there and read it. Go a little bigger.
No, it doesn't take it.
Okay, just the first line there, halfway. All the people of Turtle Island were of the highest spiritual existence this world has ever known. Okay, so cut it there, send him that part.
He's got it already.
Okay. And then the second paragraph, all Turtle Islanders, people of great law, peace. And then,
Okay, hang on. So Agero, I had already sent you the 3 first paragraphs. So
Okay, what's that word, menant?
what?
what word?
Turtle societies, all parts of the male do what? It says M-I-N-A-N-T.
That's male dominant, but okay, we don't want that part. That's why I said to take that out.
Well, that's why I'm saying I had already sent those 3. So before we continue.
Okay, Guayagero, just up to this part. All the people of Turtle Island were all of the highest spiritual existence this world has ever known, period. We don't want the other part of that sentence.
Okay.
And then
Whoops, you're offline.
the second paragraph,
Somebody's offline.
what?
I am offline.
Well, we better do them one at a time or we'll lose. We'll be backed up.
Okay,
It's easier.
Last week, I think it had.
Okay.
it's because it's too much of a drain on the internet, too many
We tried it
devices.
like that. I don't need this one.
Oh, excuse my
There, but
pizza.
I get-
Hey, what the heck is going on here?
Tu vas fermer ton ordinateur comme il aurait été to make your
No, I
eyes
have to
better.
sound
But
this, but then I have to face this. Maybe I should go get my sunglasses.
Okay. I'm copying it.
Oh, well, so-
Oh, my soul. Ooh, it's hot over here.
So until where does it say has ever known? Is it the whole thing, Guayagero?
No. Why is it all mixed up like this? It's not right.
I guess because of the copy paste, sometimes I don't know. So for us to stop where it says this world has ever known, what should I erase this part?
Wait. Okay, man has destroyed everything that man has dominant. Well, I don't know. It's sending a whole paragraph and then okay.
Oh my goodness, it's hot in here.
Okay, let's go with it. We'll fix it and go and then take out Gwe at the end. Okay.
Usually that you put it before the English.
Okay, I'll
Gwe
correct it later.
Gwe notes. Okay, Gwe no got Sirach. Yeah. Aguego, you don't have to break that up. Gwe no. Gwe no. Gate. Okay, then Naumha. N-A, okay, break it there. Unha'a, you can leave that. Unha'a. Jotte, T-I-O-T-E. T-I-O-T. Jotte, Uguadun Hetsera. Ungwa. Dun Hetzera. We don't have to break that now. We should know it by now.
Is it Hetzera or Hatzera?
Het, H-E-T.
Guadun Hetzera. Because the way the sentence is written, it's the A this time.
Okay.
Guadun Hetzera. Okay. Zini de Wayanderi. Zini de Wa. Okay, as we know it. And then, yeah, non.
Okay, so that's what we didn't
That's
need.
where you wanted to stop?
Yeah, I guess only the first part because this is from here.
Well, wait a minute.
Okay.
Is that the second part of the sentence?
Yeah.
Has you got that there too? Well, if it's there, let's leave it there. If you did it.
Okay, no. Okay.
Why waste it?
What? Yeah, and then. Okay, yeah, they know. They know.
It's like his name.
Wara.
Change the R and put the.
Wara. Okay, Gerono. Gerono, leave that. Gajo. Katioh. Gua. Okay, leave the rest. Then Runungwe, we don't have to break that down. Runungwe, I don't think.
No.
And then Rodi Hetka, Rodi Het. Okay, then Aguego stays. Yet no Aragerono. Yet no. IENO. Warage to the H. Rono. And then, okay, now we're there. All who are not Turtle Islands, the groups, Rununga that made things ugly, or what was the other word you put in there?
Male dominant.
Yeah, dominant, yeah.
Okay, so where in English where it's saying male dominant corruption, in Kanienkeha, you're saying, what is it? A great ugly?
Yeah, Rununga Rudihetkad. Yeah, well, that's what it is. It's when it's something in our language, the English. You can go either way, any place you want with it.
So how would a proper translation to that be a male ugliness?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Let's see. We're gonna leave the English like that, male dominant corruption. Put that part, male dominant corruption, in brackets. And then in front of that, we'll put all part of.
In our language, there's no there's either good or bad. There's nothing in between. So you gotta, at least not that I know
Of the great male ugliness.
Is that like right?
Yeah. Maybe another word for great. Of the. Instead of using the word great, another word for great, but means all encompassing. The male ugliness, the great, the. Okay, I can't think of a word other than great right now to suit that, but anyways, it ain't gonna change the Kanienkeha word. We're only gonna find a different English word, one that's not the word great, but implies in what that is. So for now, we'll just leave it like that. But anybody knows if you think of it, even at any time, if it's next week or some point, you know.
Extreme?
Extreme. No, that's not, that doesn't mean like all encompassing, like the word great does.
Oh, okay, well, English is your department.
But the great,
Vast? Maybe vast?
Yeah, that's another word, yeah.
I have the synonyms there. Enormous,
Matt,
vast,
Matt,
tremendous, huge.
Maxim,
it's gotta mean something, it's gotta be a word that identifies like a social movement where it's the collective, it's a collective action. You know, because great implies that, we just don't like the term great used in this application. We'll deal with that later. Like we said, we'll come up with the proper word or combination of words that are still going to mean what it says in Kanienkeha. But just keep that in mind, everybody, that this is one of the phrases when we're referring to something that is a negative. Even though it's huge, we can't say, we shouldn't refer to it as great, like the great love, peace. We shouldn't say the great corruption, you know, shouldn't use the same type
What
of
about big?
reference.
It's just big,
The what?
big.
The big.
See, if we change it to Kanienkeha and we say what het Gotserowano, it means it's an enormous ugliness.
Widespread,
Oh, okay.
extended, widespread. That means everywhere.
We're gonna leave it at great for now. We'll leave it there and later on, when the proper thing, word or phrase feels right, we'll change it.
Or are we doing the whole thing first or?
Okay, you want to say that first one and then we'll move on?
Yeah, we might as well.
Okay, I'm just gonna.
Okay. Okay. Okay, agweko gaweno tserage na unha jutte ugwadun hetsera. Okay, that jutte and after jutte is one word. It's open. It looks like it's together. Okay. Agweko gaweno tserage. Agweko gaweno tserage na unha jutte ugwadun hetsera. Jini de wayanderi.
Okay, you just said Hetzida, but is it,
Hatsera, ugodun hatsera. Ugodun hatsera. Jini de wayanderi.
and the Hatzida, then that is past tense as opposed to Hetzida.
Kind of, yeah. No, it's present. It's present.
Okay, what's the difference then between Hetzida and Hatzida?
Hetzera is a spiritual life. Dun hatsera. Well, it's really the two of the same, actually.
Okay,
What bothers? I can say things sometimes 2-3 different ways. So I just put this in this time.
yeah, okay. Okay, Agwegu gawano katsirage na uhaa jote ungwat dun hatsida zinidewa yaderi.
Agwego gawino katsirage namu haha shote ungwatun hatsera tinidewa yanderi.
Okay, put dun hetzera. Yeah, okay, put the he. The E, I mean, dun hetzera. Okay, agwego gaweno katsirage na maha jote dun hetzera jini de wayanderi. Good.
Luego, Kaweno Gatserake, na una, Jote, Ungwa, Tunhetsera, Tinitewa, Yanteri,
Yeah, Gini de Wayanderi.
Tinitewa Yanderi.
Agwego gaweno gatserage na unhaa chiote ungwadon hetsera tini dewayanteri.
Steven,
Wego gawano katserage na unhaa jote ungwaton hetsera chinite wayenteri.
Elsa,
Sorry. Agwego kawano katserake na unha jote ongwato netsera tini te wayantere.
France,
Agwego gaweno gatse rage na unhaha diote ungwa dun etc. Tini dewa yanderi.
Harold,
What else?
Agwego gaweno gatserage na unha'a jote ongwa don hetsera jini tewa yondere.
so there's Janet and Merrick that just arrived. I don't know, Wayagiru, could you repeat it for them?
Okay, Agwego gaweno katserage na unhaa jote ungwadon hetsera Gini de Wayanderi.
Janet,
Agwego gaweno gatse rage na on haa jiote onkwa don hetsera tini tewa yenderi.
Excellent.
Merrick,
Agwego gaweno gatserage na unhaha jote ongwa tonetsera tinitewa yanteri.
Agwego gaweno gatserage na unhaha aha tiote ongwa don hetsera dini dewa yanderi. Teyotuet nuni. So the order for today is Longhouse, as usual, then Marc and Marie-Claude, Edith, Stephen, Elsa, France, Harold, Janet, and Merrick. So
Okay. Yeah, they know what let me clear my throat. Yeah, they know what rono. Kajokwa. Yeah, Dero. Okay. Okay. Kajokwa. Yeah. You know what rono Kajokwa. Yondum, Kajokwa Yondum, Runungwe, Rudi Hetkato, Agwego, and yet no ara Gerono.
Gajokwa Yondu. Gajokwa Yondu.
Societies.
Okay, for myself, I'm just acknowledging something there. I'm starting to see like connections between words. I'm not very good with that kind of stuff, but I'm starting to grasp that now with seeing that Gajokwa Yondu. Okay, so that means that's all others then.
Yeah.
Gajokwa Yondu. So the only time we would hear that word is when we're speaking within ourselves about someone else then, or something else. Is that right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, all right. All right, for me, it's just an understanding that I'm getting about that. All right. Yeah, de one wara kerono.
De te yet no wara gerono.
Ya te ye no wara gerono. Ya te ye no wara gerono. Jokwa yandu. Ronongwe rodihet gadu. Aguego ye no wara gerono.
Yacheno wara Yacheno wara Garuno Gachu kwa Yonto Rononque Roti het Gado Aguego Yano Warage Ru
Ya de lleno waragerono. Pechokwa yantu ronungwe rodi hetgadu aguego yeno waragerono.
Ya te lleno waragerono, cacho guayando, ronunwe, dijetgado, aguego, lleno waragerono.
Steven. Yeah.
Sorry, I was muted. Ya te yono wara karono, kachokwa yonton, ronunque, roti hetkaton, afuego, yeno warake rono.
Yeah, it's me.
Yes.
Yeah, ya te no wara keronu. Kejo guayantu. Kejo guayantu. Ronunguero dietgatu. Aguego lleno wara keronu.
Ya deyo no wara gerono. Ga jokwa yento ronunque rodiet canto aguego yeno warage runo.
Ya, te ano wara garono, gacho qua yontum, ronongue, roti het gatum, aguegum, yano wara ge rono,
Yeah, hold on. Ya denio no waragero no rajokwa yendo ronongwe rodi hetkaron aguego yeno warage rono.
Ya teno warakeronon kachokwa yanto ronongue rorihetkaton equegon yano warageron.
Ya de lleno guayagerono, cadio guayanto, ronongue rodihetgado, aguego lleno waragerono. Tuet nuni.
Okay, I just want you to finish and then I'll tell you that last word, yet no wara gero nu, yet no wara geru, yet no wara gero nu, eat it, put K-E, then period. So you don't have to say it all over, yet no wara gero nu. K-E. Yeah, all right, that's good.
Janet, your voice sounds different tonight.
I'm traveling. I'm in a very bad rainstorm right now.
Oh, okay. All right.
I didn't want to miss the class, but I can't hear you guys that good either.
Okay. All right.
And Merrick raised his hand.
Yeah, Merrick.
Maybe a word instead of great male ugliness is pervasive, the pervasive male ugliness.
Yeah, it might be a little too complicated a word though for the mindset that we have to get to. Anyways, we'll find a word for that. If, like we said, if it's not one word, it'll be explanation.
you eating?
Eating candies or something.
Guayaquero, what are you eating?
Chips.
I got Cheez-Its.
What do you got next?
Cheez-Its.
No, I said, what do you got next to write?
Jesus. Jesus Murphy.
The thing that we had sent is still good, Guayaquero. Where was it?
Okay, what's that? And I mean, the Great Law of Peace?
I sent it to you. Yeah, all Turtle Islanders were people of the great law of peace.
Okay. And then that's the people. Wait, where are people? Okay, there's something in the way that, okay, all Turtle Island people of the Great Law. Okay, Aguego?
Oh, okay. Guayaquero, that shouldn't be past tense. It shouldn't be were people of the Great Law. It should be all Turtle Islanders are people of the Great Law.
Aguego yet no Aragerona.
So let's fix that in English to are. No. Ah. Oh, squeeze me. Beep, 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 beep.
Okay, Guyana, go and I didn't put in peace, so just put scone at the end.
Gone.
Okay, Aguego, we don't have to break that now. You know what I get wrong, okay, you know what I break it only in half. We should be acclimatized to that now. Aguego, you know what I get wrong? Yeah, said it. Yeah, IEH. And then Guyana go a scone. Again, we don't have to break that. I don't think, not at this point in the game. Aguego yet no Arageronu, yes, said the Guyana go a scone.
Aguego, you know where the Gerono, yesterday, Guyana de go Escana.
Aguego, Wara, Gerono, Yesere, Guyana Regoa, Scana.
Yesterday.
Aguego, Yenowara Giruno, Yesere, Gayanere Goa, Scana.
Aguego, you know what I get on yesterday, and then go Ascana.
Fuego, Yano Warakerono, Yesere, Guyana Repoa, Scana.
Aguego, Yenowarageronu, Yesere, Gayanere, Goaskano.
Aguego, Yanowara Gerono, Yetzere, Gayanera Goa Scana.
Guego, Yanawara Garonu, yesterday, Guyana Goa Scana.
Paguego, Ianawara, Garonon, Iasere, Guyana Rasara Goa, Scana.
Okay, yet, said it. Yeah.
Yet, Sere.
うん。
Yawe.
Aguego, Iono, Ionowara Gerono, Yetsere, Gayanara, Huascana.
Okay, good.
Aguego, Yenowaragerono, Yefsere, Gayaneregoa, Skana. Tayo tweet no ni.
Okay.
What was the rest? This is to mean that, oh boy. Oh. I'm lost in
This
the
is
chat.
to mean,
That people who live in accordance with the law of creation will, as an outcome, be in peace with the world we live. Okay, I'm gonna copy the whole thing.
yeah, okay, this is to mean.
Hey, Guayagero,
Huh?
let's take a break for 1 second. I want to show you something. I got to show you this while it's still fresh in my mind.
Okay.
I remember you talking about something about your brother in a book, something that he read in a book. Anyways, I don't know if you remember what I'm
Okay, I'm gonna
talking
stop
about.
the sharing so we can see the screen.
Yeah, okay. I got this. It's the New York State Museum Bulletin. It's published by the University of the State of New York, Albany, New York, July 1931. Now it says that, I'll let everybody look at it.
Okay, let me see. The 24th report, Director, Science.
It's backwards.
Museum. Okay. Yeah, I see, but you mean
Okay.
that?
Well, there's a part in here. I'm gonna read it to you. Okay. They talk about all these belts that they have in this museum, and they got one called the Cognawaga belt.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, I'll just read it to you as the description. Okay, the size of it, it's 31 5/8 inches in length, and it's 2 1/8 inches in width. It's acquired June 29th, 1898 through council action of the Onondaga Nation. Description. This is a white belt strung on twine thongs. It carries a series of 7 purple crosses along its length with a purple zigzag pattern at one end. Donaldson alluded to this belt in 1890 as embodying the pledge of 7 Canadian Christianized nations to abandon their crooked ways and keep an honest peace. In 1886, Thomas Webster called it a St. Regis tribe belt, given to mark their submission to the power of the 6 nations with the promise of peace. According to A.C. Parker, it records the secession of the St. Regis of Cognawaga Indians from the League and their removal to Canada, interpreting it as meaning their path is not straight. They have forsaken the law and gone to the land of the cross.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, well, that's one time we went to a powwow in Aguasasne, and they had all wampum belts, books, and this wampum belt book was on the front, on the table, and my brother says, "What does this mean?" And that I says, "This is when people joined Christianity." I says they meant they were crooked. They were not to be trusted by the Confederacy.
Okay,
but there was that League of 7 Nations, remember? It was Cognawaga, Cognawaga, St. Regis, I guess, And then there was like the Algonquins. And that's one of the nations, the seventh nation was the Jesuit order, the Carahunzi, the Jesuit order.
Okay, there is a history revealed here. And that's a history that only we could identify. That everybody knows that within the Confederacy territories, they have always referred to as Ganawage as being the Christian Mohawks. Now, this is something that is known through, that they've always said that they've utilized in Grand Council, even the same way that they said about the Tuscarora. They would belittle them and say, oh, they're under the armpit, when they're actually under the wing of the eagle, looking out for them. But the references over the years became a derogatory way in order to flip-flop the reality of the identity, where the reality is herein identified way back in 1898 or whatever was said in there, when they acquired it, that the Seven Nations belt comes from the St. Regis tribe of Mohawks.
Yeah.
So this is the Christian Indians there. The fact and the reality is that Ganawage is the final one. We were the final one that did not move out of our territory. We did not concede to Christianity. We did not concede to any foreign laws. Ganawage is the only place that has remained with as the stronghold all along, ever since the Confederacy has been established well over 2,000 years ago. So herein we see scattered bits and pieces of history or herstory in ways that we wouldn't expect. And like I said again, just for historians' sake, again, this is New York State Museum Bulletin, July 1931, but the references that it gave was back to the year 18, what did I say? 90. Wait, I'll get it here. They got the Hiawatha belt there also. Where the heck was it? Okay, no, this is treaty belt. Spell Cognawaga.
When we moved out of there, the valley, we brought the name with us too.
Well, this is the thing. We never moved out of the valley. This is not a reality. This is not true. It's like you and I, when we were ironworking in New York, did we move out of Ganawage?
No, well, we didn't move as we were moved out.
Well, even that is not so, because Ganawage here, this has always been our breadbasket, always. When you know, when anybody considers what motivates the people of the Longhouse as to where we are going to live, it's not of where the best view is going to be from our condo patio. You know, it's in relation to many things of medicines, weather patterns, many other things such as that, planting, you know. And so this is the reason why Ganawage, where we are right now, this is right the beginning of the Ganawage side of what is the stretch between Ganawage and Akwesasne. Now, Ganawage and Akwesasne is really one community. It was never two communities. It's become two communities only after the, of course, the great darkness of the white man has got here. But prior to that, it's all one community because of, you know, that in order for us to have such a huge cornfield, which our cornfield went all the way from modern day Brassard right up to even what is past modern day Akwesasne borders, past well beyond that. And so this was all one cornfield that the Kanienkeha used to basically feed the world. This is what made the Kanienkeha so strong and powerful of influence, of not just of law, but of that we had corn to share and to give to everybody. And this is what pulled many of our sisters and brothers to the north, to the east, pulled them out of famine more than one time. And this is recorded in their histories, their stories. It's recorded in our Longhouse stories. So the reality of the divisions that they try to portray today is not so. The truth of when they say the St. Regis tribe of Mohawks, the Seven Nation Belt, that is not true either. The fact is the same way of saying that the people who go to the church in town here, that they are the Ganawage tribe of Mohawks. No, they're not. They're imposters, they're impersonators. And so when we start to buy into the narrative and start to repeat the narrative that the white man has presented here to try to make us seem like we're alien in our own communities, alien to our own people. This is the falsities of what the stories of the white man, what they tell in their history, but is turned into truth through the corruption of the present day sellouts in the elective system. They're the ones that turn it into truth, because now, yes, the Seven Nations, which everybody knows is the Christians, yes, no, they are there. But no, they are not there. They were never there. These are the sellouts within us. It's like having a pimple on your ass. It is not a part of your identity. It is not a part of what makes you do things or motivates you in what you do. All it is a pimple on your ass. And this is what the lies of the non-native has been through stealing our belts. Do not forget, they stole our belts for a reason. And when the people are allowed, slowly but surely, oh yeah, you can have these belts back. You see what happens as to what happened with our sisters and brothers within the Anishinaabe. Their belts get put under glass. And when their belt is under glass, they are under glass. So we cannot play into that corrupted narrative they tell today, which is basically the stories that they tell in school now, like it's if it's the truth. Just like the other day, Wayagirda, I don't know if you remember, you were telling me a word that they're teaching now in the schools. What the heck was that? About a specific thing. Something, oh man. Anyways, they established movements 100 years ago, 150 years ago, hoping our people will lose our identity and lose memory of it. And then we look to the museums, we look to the universities, and they tell us through their writings and what they put together, what they conclude, and then all of a sudden, that's our identity. This is the corruption, but herein we see the facts of that. What everybody has said about Ganawage, that Ganawage is the Christian community. This is not so. Yes, there are Christians in Ganawage, dumb enough to be Christians, just like in any other community, but they are not Ganawage. No matter what they do, they can kill everybody off like they intend to do. That will not change. That dumb Christians, especially natives who become Christian, will never be. They will never be the identity. They will never represent the identity. The truth is.
Well, last night, remember last night at that meeting, that's what caught my ear when those guys were talking in French, but then they were talking about representative de council de Ben. And but I couldn't remember when it was my turn to talk was, yeah, but how can 800 people represent 8,000 people? So it's not, just goes to show you democracy works when you want it to work for you. You know,
when if you're corrupted, like any poll company can tell you that democracy makes statistics so easy to break down, to manipulate to whatever ends that you want. Any end can be met. Anyways, look, I'll show you a little bit more what's in this book about the belts that they had. Here is a whole paragraph about the wampum belt collection of the New York State Museum by Noah T. Clark, archaeologist, New York State Museum. Some of the things in here, let's see, the Hiawatha belt. They got the Hiawatha wampum belt there. It's fully described as to, you know, all the beads and all of that, the rose. They got the belt to mark the site of the first pale faces, site of the first white man. Anyways, the reason why I'm showing you this is that we should take key parts of this book and translate it into Kanienkeha.
Okay, well, make sure you got it and we can work on that. It's a good idea.
Okay, I just wanted to get that out there because before I forget about it, I wanted everybody to hear about it, to see it, because this is important stuff to not only know about the language. If you're going to know the language, there's also a herstory that comes with that language. Things that only resonate with certain sounds, just like, as you know, within English. Here are all the swear words that every other language in the world uses. Why would that be, where every other language in the world uses English swear words? This is because the English words come from a very ugly place. It's a place of male dominance, a place of corruption, a place of war, a place of division. It's a place of the contrariness to creation. And so when somebody's contrary to creation, everything that they do, everything, the words that they speak, the way that they give references to things is going to be ugly. When people are peaceful and balanced with all of that, then the words are going to be peaceful. They're going to be soft. They're going to be easy to hear. And just like as you've heard before in the past, in Kanienkeha, we have no swear words. No words to swear. The worst that we got, and we're not going to write this down for anybody to know, and we're not going to repeat it, is eat duck. That's the worst that we got. And what that means is, if you're talking to somebody, that means eat crap. That's the worst that we have. Since the coming of the non-native, then we have another word that still isn't really a bad word, but it's gazinotaks. It's you're a monkey, which is to describe our reference to what the non-native says about himself, that they are descendants of monkeys. And so we call them monkeys because they belittle themselves down to monkeys, basically taking themselves out of the strain of what we are, as to our identity, placing all who believe such corruption into a lesser identity, a lesser view of themselves, a lesser knowledge of themselves. So
yeah, but they're giving the monkey a bad rap because the monkey's got more class than any white man I ever see. He only takes what he wants, doesn't take everything.
The corruption is there.
It's always a play on words.
The corruption is there, but what we have to know and understand, and I'm not saying from our part, but the world has to know and understand. You will hear us saying, the white man, the non-native. And if you're the non-native coming at us, and if you're of peace, you will hear us saying this, and you will think that we are saying this of you. No, if you are part of a collective that is easily identifiable as being a part of that collective, and that collective is corrupted, then when we identify that as a corruption, then anybody will associate themselves with that. So this is where the people who are of non-native descent, where it is your mind that has to be strong in knowing that when you're coming towards the native people, that when we are shooting our arrows out there, it's in defense. So if you are an aggressor, those arrows are meant for you. If you are not an aggressor, those arrows will pass over you. So don't stop there and say, oh no, you're throwing arrows at us. It's not meant for you. Those arrows will not hit you. And so, but what it is though, is a matter of acknowledging facts, truth, and to reestablish, if we're gonna reestablish peace, fact and truth must be established, which means that corruptions and wrongs and stuff like that must be addressed and resolved. So don't get the wrong idea here as to white man, white man, white man. It will be white man, white man, white man until white man turns around and does something about what white man has done. And we do know that there are a lot of people like this who are awakening and who want to do something to change. Many people have given their own personal apologies. What the personal apology is not necessary or not even wanted, where what the person must do is align themselves with truth and remove themselves from the corruptions that have become mainstream now, which everybody is compliant with. It's the status quo that everybody knows is the corruption. So all peoples, not just native people, especially non-native people, you must bend over backwards and jump through hoops of fire to break through these corruptions, to be able to even stand on the same level ground as to where we are if we're going to walk together in balance in this world. There's a lot of catching up that the non-native world has to do. Anyways, all of that being said, we know that we're going to take from this book a lot of the stuff about the belts, maybe not the stuff they write about it, but the descriptions of them, because it's even measurements, stuff like that, color, all that stuff.
Janet Racer.
Okay, Janet.
Yeah. Sego, everybody. The place I was living at, I just left it a few days ago because of the very thing you're talking about. Very, very toxic people, extremely into everybody's business and causing dissension and just constant. You have to defend yourself, and then you defend yourself, and then they turn it against you. And I can't take it no more. I had to leave. So I just wanted to tell you that everything you're saying is so spot on. You know, to hear someone else say it from the longhouse, like, it really means a lot to me that this information is getting out there into the world. That we don't want to start trouble. We don't want to, and that's how I really am. But they twist everything around. When I'm left to defend myself, then they turn that against me. And then I got to document everything. I told her I don't want to document anything. I said, now you're wasting more of my time and my energy. What do I got to prove to anybody? I told the manager at the building this. So I walked away. But I'm all right. Yeah.
Well, this is the thing about what the rest of the world doesn't really comprehend about native people, is that we are not confrontational. We want to run away from confrontation, even on say like a verbal, or somebody's even say next to us, taking our food or something. We would rather shy away from that, move away from it, not address it, because it goes against what everything as to the way that we have been taught by our mothers. Our mothers have taught us how to be humans. On the other side, in the non-native world, it's their fathers that have taught them to be monsters. And so there is no respect, there is no consideration. And so it's just a people going through the world like an elephant in a china shop, just busting everything. And all the people can do is move away. We don't really even want to touch that, because we know really in the long run, that's the dead. We don't want to touch the dead. The dead rubs off on us. We can't allow that. And so all of these corruptions, such as like what you identified, what you're facing, these are just, like they say, dust in the wind. Because in the big picture of the us, The us has been here much longer. The us has been here for this long. The us will be here long after the corruption of the white man is gone. And so we look from that perspective of the forever. And we know that right now, this is the nightmare. This is the nightmare that's going to pass. It's going to blow over. This storm is not going to remain a constant. This great ugliness, as was identified, it's not going to remain here. It's going to be gone because the people who are the ugly, they just don't know. They are dead. They're in the process of their last breath, a last breath for a bloodline. How long would that take? Would it take 7 generations? Maybe. Maybe you're at the end of that 7th generation in the non-native world now. And maybe that last breath is what we're going to be watching this year in the next 12 months. We stay true to the things that we're learning, not just here, but the things that we're learning from the Longhouse, from the things that all our people passed down. For us to keep in mind that it's not just in a Longhouse where the knowledge is. There is knowledge of the Longhouse only in the Longhouse, but there is other knowledge that our people has passed down that is exclusive to the Longhouse. You know, things like poems, other old knowledges of medicine and stuff like that. So we got to keep in mind that though our people have become scattered, they could be one scattered to the furthest ends of the earth. They might hold a small percentage of a piece of the puzzle that is necessary for us to have it complete. So our minds got to remain open all the time to those possibilities. What the cognizance of law, when a person breaks law, we must apply law, and the consequences will be applied to them. You can't just break law and think nothing will happen. If physically by the people in this world, then this is where the people will suffer because they don't realize they pass it down to their next generation, and their next can't fix it, and the next one won't, until it will get to the generation where that rubber band effect will happen and it will just snap. And all those generations in between will just be lost. Imagine having a few hundred years wasted in your bloodline. Wasted on what? This is one of the things that the non-native people of the world have to start to consider. You've been here only for 500 years. Imagine 500 years in your bloodline of murdering, of theft, of whatever else. Or maybe even if it's just now, maybe 100 years of trying to return to peace. Imagine wasting that time in the next year. So a lot of cognizance of everything that we all have to have. This means at different times, it's necessary to have this little bit of information in order for it to fit the other person's, what they got to be, for that to be able to be released. Anyways, so on and so on. There we go. Leads me to one other thing, Gerdo. This thing we're going to translate. That is about the Nazi concentration camp residential schools, as what was released in 2009. Anyways, just to identify the people, like what's coming up in the Kanienkeha classes, that, as you know here, we don't talk about nonsense and little stuff. We talk about stuff that is in the process of returning either parts of the culture that were lost, or correcting, or bringing back law, all of this stuff. It's always stuff of supreme importance. Okay.
Well, looking at the orange shirt day the other day, Friday, Friday. It almost feels, because I'm watching it, and it almost feels like after Friday, everything's resolved, and now let's move on. Everything, just like say, look, I killed 36 million of your people. I'm sorry, now, let's move on. As of today, nobody goes to court, nobody goes to jail, nobody. And us, you do one little violation, they want to throw you in prison forever. Like Leonard Peltier, he defended Turtle Island. They won't let him out. So, you know, the people got to really understand, what's this, just a holiday every year on the 30th? You're going to go and have some kind of a powwow saying you're going to wear an orange shirt? But nothing has been resolved, nothing has been said. The prime minister is going to say he's sorry. Before it was a conservative, now it's a liberal. So, okay, the vote is balanced. No, they both apologize. It's like it's only really getting worse, actually, and our people, they're allowing it because we have some people in usually band council say all we want is an apology and we'll move on. No way, you don't talk for me. You got no business to talk for those dead children. Just an apology. If somebody came in and killed one of your sons, Stuart, tonight, which I'm just saying, this is an analogy. So the guy said he's sorry, and then you just move on after that? You're just left without one son? No, it's impossible. You have to deal with it in the world court. These people, they broke into our home, which is Turtle Island. They murdered the people, and they've taken over the home. They say they own the home, and they're making rules within the house. But yet they're never tried for the murder they committed in order to get the house. And if you can live with that, then the place is nothing but a warring society.
Yeah, this is what all our people do in participating in that Orange Shirt Day, is they sanction the motion of so-called Canada on that day. And the motion of so-called Canada on that day was to say precisely what you just said. Let's move on, because that's what Justin Trudeau said. Basically, now we put this behind us. So he identified that this is over now. It's done. Everybody who was there, dumb enough to participate from the Assembly of Foolish Nations and whatever else, they all sanctioned that action. They were all a part of it. Anyways, these are the things of what the people generally cannot see as to what the clash is here that's been injected into us, where you have a bunch of phony wannabe natives who are not native by their own right, saying birthright, like everybody within the sellout elective system. These are not natives by birthright. These are people whose mothers are not native, and being not native, that means their children are not native with them. So here now you have a bunch of imposters within the elective system who actually changed the system to say that you don't need to have a Mohawk mother to represent in that system. So that tells you that it's not Mohawks, it's not natives. It's a bunch of non-native people within that system that does not represent natives. And so whatever they're saying, that Justin Trudeau appoints them to say, then we know that eventually down the road, there is going to be a clash. There will be a corruption that will be affected because they are liars. Liars cannot tell the lie forever. It is going to break on them. And this is where it's breaking on them this year, because now they're in full-fledged, full-blown part of the taxation regime of Canada now. Every so-called reserve, no longer a reserve now. Reserve status is gone. It's all municipal structure now. Anyways, within all of that, this is the reason why when we're talking all the politics that you hear, all the stuff that you know that has happened here, this is the reason why the Kanienkeha that we're learning here is about the correction to all of that. You learn anywhere else, well, it might be good for something or whatever, but it's not going to be of real pertinent stuff that's happening right now to us. Okay.
Well, in Stuart, in the education system, though, They got that Radiwana Nirats, you know, that building in the village. They
Right.
teach Kanienkeha. There now on the outside, I seen a thing on Zoom the other day. Not on Zoom, on a computer, where it was a French Canadian talking, and he was saying that in order to, if you want to know anything about the Mohawks, you got to go through them. They're going to tell you the right words. And many years ago, when I was in the system working full time, they said, "Oh, from now on, all you Kanienkeha teachers have to be accredited. You have to be accredited by somebody." I said, "Okay." And I remember one woman, she's a great speaker, and she says, "There's no way I'm going to go there." And I says, "Well, that's what they want." So I says, "I'll tell you what." I says, "I want to go there first. Send me. Tell them that I'm going to go to this gauntlet, and they're going to see how well I speak Kanienkeha." And I says, "Put my name in, and then if you want to go, go ahead, but I'll go first." And then it went dead. Another meeting came up. I said, "What about this? When am I going to this meeting?" Then I'm in a hurry for my exam because I know I'm learning from white guys, white people. And then one woman says, "Well, the reason why they says they don't want you to come in there is because they know they cannot out-talk you." And I says, "That's where we're getting our accreditation." But these are the people, when they leave in there, they go right into McGill, they go into Concordia, Loyola, and they become the go-to speakers for all academia of Kanienkeha. And I don't agree with that at all. But they're just playing a waiting game till the final speakers die, and then they got you just where they want you. Anyway, Kate.
Well, as we see that a person could know the language from top to bottom, but that isn't going to give the person access to law.
That's
There
right.
There is law within the language, but there is a key to releasing that. And that is the fact of that the person themselves is the key. The person must be aligned, must be in balance with certain things. Otherwise, they could have language from top to bottom. They're not going to have law. They're not going to have nothing. So regardless of what happens here, we do know that the prize that they're after is a combination of language and law. It is a complete understanding of creation what they're after. And the fact is that the people that you're identifying that who go into that nonsense, these people don't know nothing about nothing anyways. So as far as they go, as far as that goes, when push comes to shove and anybody's put to the test, these people just dry up and blow away anyways, because they don't have the backbone that is necessary to walk that path, that to be able to have law, to be able to have that knowledge of truth. They got to be on that path. If they're not, it won't matter. Okay, anyways, where are we? Time and everything.
Okay, well, I sent that other thing to Edith. Okay.
Yeah, it's
This is to mean the people. Ne gigon gondon. Ne gigon gondon ungue yesere. Gayana rasara yudun. And then I think that we don't, well, I don't know. That should be good there. Yudun. To Tonyo, Tonyo. Oh, Tono ya won't ne. Okay, Tono ya won't ne. Tono ya won't ne. That's good. And then G de won't de room. G ni de. Tinite wanderum, then ungue. Oh, you're there where? You're there.
Here?
Yago there, Yago there. No. We're finished with that one. Yago there, way yeah. Way young. Yago there, way young. At the, yeah, between the two ends. Yago there, way nism. All right. And see if you like it. If not, you can change it some more, but that's what I thought.
I'm gonna show you the English.
Yeah, I got the English here. I was reading it.
Good.
What were you just showing me?
The English.
The what?
The English.
Oh, why were you showing me the English?
Oh, you don't need it. It's okay.
I was reading it when I wrote it.
Yeah. It was not for you.
You were talking.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, we're ready for this one, huh?
Okay.
Okay, I'll read it then. Gigangondo ungue yesere gayanarasara yudun tona yawane jinite wandero ungue yagotewianism.
Okay, on the first line, not the first line, the first line, yesterday, to me, it sounded almost like you said yesterday. Is that yesterday?
Yesterday. I.e. hate. Break it there, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yesterday.
All right. It almost sounded like there was a T. Okay, all right. Ne giga gandu ungue yesterday, goyana yesterday, yodu tone ya bueno, zinide wandero ungue yagote wayonizu.
Okay.
Ne giga gandu ungue yesterday. Guyana Sera Yuntu Dona Yawene Sinite Monteru Ongwe Yagote Waya Nizu.
Okay, good.
Ne kigangangu ongwe yesere gayanera sera yudu on dona yawane dinide wandero ongwe yagode wayam nizu.
Ne giga gando unwe yesere kayanerasera yudon dona yawane tinite wandaro unwe yagode wayanisu.
Ni giga ganto unque yesere gayana rasara yoto tona yawene chinite wantaron unque yakote wayene nisa.
Ne kikangandu ungue yesere genera sera yutunu dona yawene tinite wenderu unque yagote wayanisu.
Very good, Elsa.
Nehe gigantu ungue yesere gayanara sera yontu done yawene tinite waderon unque yagote wayanisu.
Very good, very good. Who's that?
France.
Who?
It's France.
Oh, okay, that was really good, France.
Thank you.
Neke Gigon, Gondun, Ongwe, Yetsere, Guyana Asada, Yonton, Dona, Yewana, Janite, Wantero, Ongwe, Yagote, Wyonism.
Very good.
Giga, Gabon, Ongwe, Yatere, Guyana Rasara, Yondon, Done, Yawane, Janite, Wenderun, Ongwe, Yagode, Wen, Dison.
Yeah, very good.
Yawe.
Giganganto, Ongwe Yesere, Guyana Rasara Yonto, Donanyawane, Site Wantero, Ongwe Yakote Wayanisa.
Very good.
Ne'e giganganton ongwe yesere gayanerasera yonton on tona yawene dinite wanteron ongwe yakode wayaniso.
Very good.
Eyotwet nuni.
Yeah,
Okay, just so that everybody understands what this term is, what it, in what field of the human experience that this terminology is utilized in. It's used in the field of science. It's a scientific terminology in the field of human sciences. And so this is like an equation. Now picture or imagine a scientist telling you E equals MC squared. So in telling you the equation and tells you it equals this, it tells you a scientific process of how to arrive at the conclusion, at the desired outcome. And so here, these words, this is the thing about the Kanienkeha, the Five Nations Longhouse Confederacy, is it is the science. It's the science of human experience of how to live in the world. And so here, this terminology, this is a scientific term that this is to mean that people who live in accordance with the law of creation will be, what is the rest of that? What does it say? Bring it up. Will as an outcome be in peace with the world. The world we live in. It's hard to read it like that. It should maybe for continuity's sake, it should be the world that we live in. They will be of the people. This is the end result. You want to be at peace. You want to be of the people, meaning to be with the people at peace, united. Then this is how to do it. This is a scientific equation. You have to understand that the language is much more beyond than what the languages of Europe are. Those are all dissected to not having a complete human being able to have or function on a cognizant level. You have through the different languages bits and pieces of a complete human. And so these are things, these are terminologies, these are scientific equations that never exist in the non-native world. They only exist in the Longhouse. So it's important to know that this science, then, this science of living, it's not a science in the way that you understand, say, the science of toilet bowls. It's a science of, it's a spiritual science of how to be human. So to really wrap your mind around all the words that Wayageru is giving us, you have to know that this is the approach that you have to come from. You are in human, scientific, spiritual experience within the Longhouse. Okay, was that,
Remember last night, Stu, remember last night they were talking in French and then the guy broke into English amongst themselves? And then he said, "We the people."
mhm.
And me, it stayed with me last night when I went to bed. I says, because I'm interested, that's why I listen to them when they speak in French. And I says, "Oh Christ, that's true. You never hear that word from our side. It's Yajungwehunwe. That's we the people. There's no gender. It's a neutral." And I thought, what a nice word, you know, Yajungwehunwe. Because in other languages like the French or English, right away it's male dominant. It doesn't mean the males are human. They're subhuman, some of them, most of them. But Yajugwahunwe, it's a non-gender, but everybody's included. From like the youngest child to the eldest elder. But it's just a word that stayed
Okay,
with me.
where are we? Do we have another phrase there?
Well, you will have to select what it is now because I'm gonna share it.
Okay, let's look at it. Well, let's look at it there. Okay, give us 2 seconds here. Where did we leave off?
For the people then.
This is to mean the people? Is that it, Edith? Edith? You're muted. Edith, can you hear me?
I can, but
Stewart
I
was kicked out from his computer, but we are connecting.
No, but you want to translate to mean?
they are looking for the next sentence, Wayageru, while Longhouse was kicked out.
Oh, okay.
Recording in progress.
Okay.
Can you hear us?
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna send you the next part, Wayageru.
Okay.
Dun, dun, dun. What's on there? Some days it's hot.
Edith, is that because the color?
Yes.
Okay.
Maybe the whole, maybe we could break that sentence down. Let's see, can we see the?
Yeah, hang on. Okay.
Okay, we could take out the color spectrum. We could just say because the color white is not within the rainbow. Yeah.
You want to leave it like that now?
Yeah, because the color white is not within the rainbow. All the people of Turtle Island viewed it. Instead of repeating the color white again, we could just say viewed it as a sacred color.
Okay.
Which might be part of the reason why, or connected to bringing out that book tonight, talking about the wampum belts, because therein in the wampum belts is the best example of white referring to purity and to the life givers, to the women, because within all our belts, white is reserved for the women and the children. It's about purity, it's about truth. Good connection, good flow of information that came out tonight there.
Okay, you just made me say something came to me. Kasukwanya there.
what time it is?
40.
Hey, where's all the drum skins? Rumple drum skin. Rumple bumpskin. Rumple rumskin. Rumple bumpskin. Rumple rumskin. Rumple stillskin. People have been asking us, when are we gonna sing again? Let them know when they're gonna come over. But we told them that this is not a scheduled thing. It'll happen when it happens. And they still said, well, call us anyways.
Okay, I think I got it. The word rainbow, I've been working on that for a while. They call it yonya, and there's no way what I wrote there, that's the right word. And these are the people I'm always fighting, and they say, no, yonya. No, it doesn't mean yonya. This means something is at an arch. But once you put colors in there, now you know what you're talking about, a rainbow. Anyway, Nejigi Osokwa. Neji Osokwa. Oh, do we have to break that down, you think?
No, not
okay. Okay, Neji Osokwa Ya de Yoga. And then Gaso Gua Nyode. That's the rainbow, the colored arch. It means the colored arch. The colors of the many colors of the arch. Then Aguego, Yeno Wara Geronu, Yeno Wara. To break it, Yeno Wara Geronu. Okay, Ginny. Yeyo. Yoga, you're comfortable with that?
like that. Yeah, that's good.
Okay, Ginny Yoga, then Aso. Osco. Apostrophe. We have to do apostrophe. Take that O right out. Oh no, put it back, Edith. I'm sorry. So, and then it's KWA. KWA. Asokwa A.
Asokwa?
Yeah.
Okay.
Asokwa KWA.
Take out the N-E.
Asokwa, okay. And then Asokwa, just S-O-N-A. The rest take it all out. Asokwa Sua.
What?
Just put S-O-N-A, everything between there to the A, take it out, going back.
Into this word, Wayagiru?
Yeah.
Okay, what do I do again?
Take out the O-H-S-O-H-K-W.
Oh, like that. Asokwa.
Yeah, Asokwa Sua.
Do I put it with the other word?
Asokwa Su'a, okay.
Put a break in it though. Put the comma. No, Asokwa.
Asokwa Su'a and Danu Yori Wadogon, Yo RHI, IORHI, Yori. And Wadogon should be stay as, you know, unless you want to break it.
No, but on the second line, Asokwa Nyode.
Kasokwa nyode.
Okay, Nyo, N-I-O, put one there. Nyo, de, all right.
Okay, I'll read it then. Neji Osokwa Yate yoga kasokwa nyode agwego yeno warage rono jinie yogo asokwa soa danu yuri wadogo.
Mechi Osokwa ya de yoga kasogwa niode agwego yeno wara gerono jini ye yoga asogwa sua dano yori wadogo.
Okay.
That's terrible.
Nancy Osokwa ya Chioga Kaso kwa Niote Agwego Yeno Wara Keruno Sini Yeyoga Asokwa Sona Tano Yorhi Wadoga.
Okay.
Osokwa ya de yoga gasokwa nyote agwego yenowara gerono tini ye yoga asukwa su'a dano yori wadoga.
Very good.
Netsi Osukwa ya de yoga gasogwa nyode agwego yenowaragerono sinye yoga asokwa su'a dano yori wadoga.
Nechi Osokwa Yate Yoga, Kasokwa Nyote Akwego Yono Wara Kerono, Jini Ye Yoga, Asukwa Soa Dano Yori Watoka.
Nancy Osokwa Yate Yoga Kasokwa Nyote Fuego lleno wara quiero sin yoga asogwasona tanu yori watoga.
Very good, Elsa.
Netsi Osukwa ya de yoga gasokwa nyode agwego yenowara geruno tsini ye yoga asokwa sunha dano yori wadoga.
Very good.
Nancy Osokwa ya Deogo Gasokwa Niote Agwego Yeno Waragrono Sini Yoga Asokwa Soa Dano Yori Wadoga.
Sorry. Netsi Osunkwa ya Yoga Kaso Guanyote Akwego Yano Wara Garono Zeni Yoga Asokwasun Dano Yori Wadoga.
Netsi Osokwa ya de yoga Kasokwa Nyote Agwego Yeno Wara Gerono Sini Ye Yoga Asokwa Soa Dano Yori Wadoka.
Yeah, it's very good.
Netsi usukwa ya de yoga gasokwa nyote agwego yeno waragerono zini ye yoga asokwa sua dano yori wadoga. Teyo tuetnuni.
Yeah,
Okay,
no,
there's got to be a correction to this on the Kanienkeha, the second line. Kasogwat niode. Take out the apostrophe between the guatnio.
kasokwan dedi.
Does that look okay like that, Warrior?
Yeah,
Okay, for me, it was with the other break there, it was not like emphasizing guatnio, guatniote. So guaniote, you know, it was, anyways. There's something missing in here in this phrase. Okay, let's put this into English, and then Wayagirdo can adjust it where it's got to be. Because the color white is not within the rainbow, right there, put a break. But
nekti. That's all you're changing is but.
Where are you? Let's see.
But, just there.
Where?
Oh, I
And
think your computer is going.
put nekti in there, eat it.
Okay, what are we looking at? What? Okay. But is it many plants and animals
Okay.
of beauty and strong medicine?
Okay, let me write that down. Nekti. Nekti. Where's that but? Where was the but? Okay. Ayatosu.
It's getting too cool over there. You can close the door.
Material. Done. I sent it, eat it.
So it was Gasoguañote that was the rainbow, huh?
Yeah. Oh, you're sticking that in there?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to go in between.
Does that make sense?
Okay, okay. Where did you? Okay, Nancy. Okay. Nancy Osoko Diogo Kasokwanya de Nekti Gayoto Nekti Gayoto Gayon Gayoto Dano Gudirio Yoskats. Don't change those. Gudirio Yoskats Dano Ganu Ganu. Ganu.
Ganu, the next line.
Ganu at the H. Ganu. Kwa. KWA. Che. Chera. Chera.
Even that, leave it all. Guachera.
Okay. Ganu Quachera.
Take out that other.
And leave the satste. Ganu Quachera satste. Okay, we'll just come from, we'll start there.
Let's do
Neji,
the whole thing. Let's do the whole thing over.
okay. Neji Osokwa Yate Yoga Gasokwanyo de Neji Gayantu Danu Gudirio Yoskats Danu Ganuquatsera Satste. Aguegon Yenora Geronu Zinie Yoga Osokwa Sun Adanu Yori Wadoga.
Wow. Neti Osokwa Yate Yoga Gaso Guanyode Neti Gayanto Danu Gondirio Yoksats Danu Ganu Guatira Satste Aguego Yeno Wara Gerona Tini Ye Yoga Osokwa Su Danu Yori Wadogo.
Netsi oso kwa ya yoga gazo kwa nyote nexti kayanto tano gontiriro yoskats tano Kanu Quatsera Saste, Aguego, Yowara Geroro, Sini Yeyoga, Asokwa Su'a, Tano Yori Watoka.
All right, good, excellent. Now eat it. See the top line where it says Yate Yoga? Put a space and put Garaga, and that's the color white. That's what I left out. Garaga. Yeah, Garaga. K-A-R-A-K-E-N. E-N. Garaga. Now it's okay.
Netsi Osukwa Ya de Yoga Garagon Gasukwanyo de Nexi Gayando Dano Contirio Yos Cats Dano Ganunquatsera Saxe Aguego Yeno Warageruno Sini Yeyoka Asuquasua Dano Yori Wadoga.
Very good.
Netsi Osukwa Ya de Yoga Garaga Gasoguanyo de Nexi Gayando Dano Gondirio Yoskats Dano Ganu Watserasaste Aguego Yenuara Gerono Sine Yoga Asuguasu Adano Yori Wadoga.
Netsi Osokwa Ya Yoga Karaka Kaso Nyote Nexi Gayanto Tano Contirio Yoskats Tano Kanu Quatsera Satste Aguego Yeno Warakerono Jini Yeyoka Asukwasu Atano Yori Watoga.
Nitsi Osokwa Yan de Yoga Karaga Kasuguanyote Nixi Kandutano Gondiru Yoskats Tanum Ganquatsera Satse Aguego Yano wara kerono. Tini ye yoga. Asukwasua. Tanu yori watoga.
Netsi Osukwa ya de yoga garagon gasokwanot de nexi gayandon dano gondirio yoxax dano ganon gatsera satse aguego yeno waragerono tini yeyoga asakwasuha dano yiro wadoga.
Netsi Asokwa Ya Dayoga Grago Gaso Guanyote Nexti Ganyunton Danu Contrio Yoskats Danu Ganu Quatsara Satste Aguego Yanu Wara Granu Sini Yayoga Asokwa Soa Danu Yori Wadoga.
Janet is not in the meeting, so go ahead, Merrick.
Netsi Osokwa Ya Deuka Karaga Kaso Kwanyote Netski Gayanton Danu Konitiro Yotskat Danu Kanon Quatsera Satse Aguego Yano Wara Geronon Sinieyo Ga Asokosua Danu Yori Watoka.
It's really good.
Netsi usokwa ya de yoga garaga gasoguanyote nexi gayandon danogon tirio yoxkatstano kanonguatserats satste aguego yeno waragerono zini ye yoga asokwasua dano yori wadoga. Teotwet nuni, and it's 9.
I gotta say something about what is detectable here. If you've been with us, you know, from say from the beginning up until now, or even if you've just been with us for a while, you can detect the advancements in the people's comfort level, of even to the point of where, you know, a lot of the words sound like like you're repeating stuff, and like if you're not used to saying those syllables in your language, like to say it in another language becomes a tongue twister that sometimes you don't even know, like you're not capable to complete saying the whole sentence. Anyways, what I'm detecting here is, especially with Mark and what Harold, what everybody, is a comfort level in speaking now, where in the past you weren't comfortable in speaking it, in saying like a whole sentence or whatever. Now you are comfortable in it. So this means like just when you get comfortable in speaking in your own language, you know, a lot of people are not comfortable speaking publicly, and you can master your own language. But if you don't feel comfortable speaking publicly, even if you're speaking your own language, you can stumble over your own words, as many of us know, especially since most of us are active in things. We find ourselves having to speak publicly a lot of times. Well, for you now, for each of you may not realize is this is an exercise in so many parts of our humanity that you may think it's just about language, but you're finding out it's about other things also. But it's also about giving a person what we refer to as being able to stand with your head firm. When you are certain of maybe not even the word that you're saying, because many of us, including myself, don't even know this word, but certain about now what we become acclimatized to, accustomed to the words, the way that Waigerdo has taught us, the way that we see the syllables fit. We're becoming comfortable to speak public. You are becoming comfortable in speaking a native language. This means so much more than just being comfortable than speaking publicly. You're going to find in ways soon, if maybe some of you have already found out, how this actually helps you to speak publicly, how it improves your cognizance level and your ability to maintain a common thread throughout a long dialogue. So this helps you. What it does is it sharpens your mind. Anyways, okay, one question. Harold, what is that background you got? What's behind you?
It's a basket that Desiree's grandmother made. Yeah, she makes it by hand. Fiber art's pretty amazing.
Wow,
Yeah.
that looks beautiful. That's a basket.
Yeah, it's a basket, and she has like infinite designs of similar, styles and geometry, which is it's pretty amazing.
Oh, that's really nice, man.
Yeah, I thought so too.
I would guess, I don't know, is Desiree's grandmother still in this world?
No, she just passed a few years ago.
Oh, wow. So then that's got some great importance there.
Yeah, especially because Desiree's learning that her mother knows how to do this. So yeah, we will be able to get into this knowledge real soon.
And Desiree is doing that too?
She hopes to learn, yeah.
Wow, that'd be something. That's really a beautiful design there. It really caught my eye. When I seen it, I could only see you in a thumbnail.
Mm-hmm.
And from here, I can't really see it that good, but the colors in there really caught my eye. That's really beautiful.
Yeah, it's something too to do it all out of your head, just go.
Okay, it's, what time is it? It's
9/7.
okay, we're already beyond, so everybody knows this is where Wyatt is gonna pronounce all the words, so here we go. On mute. Are we here?
No.
Hey, when Desiree learns how, she should make a belt. We should make a belt. That would be nice to have a belt of all those. Make some kind of a belt, Okay. Aguego. Aguego Gaweno Gatsarag Namha Jut de Guadun Hetsara Jinita Wayanderi. All the people of Turtle Island were all of the highest spiritual existence this world has ever known. Yahti et Nora Gerono Gajokwa Gajokwa Yondu. Okay, Yahti et Nora Gerono. Go back, eat it. Yahti et Nora Gerono Gajokwa Yondu. Lunungue Ludihet Gado Aguego yet Norage Lunungue. All the non-Turtle Island societies are part of the great male ugliness, dominant corruption. Aguego yet Norage Rono, yes, Sedek. Gayanare Goa Skono. All Turtle Islanders are the people of the great law of peace. Negi Gongondon Ungwe Yesere Gayanarasara Yudun Tonayawo ne Jini de Wanderum Ungwe Yukodawayanism. This is to mean that the people live on the accordance with the law of creation, will as an outcome be in peace with the world we live in, and they will be the people. Neji Sunkwa Sua Yate Yoga Garago Kasokwanya de Neji Kayatu Dankudiria Yoskatstanu Kanakwatsara Satste Aguegu Yetnoarage Ronu Tinia Yogo Osokwa Sua Danum Yorihodoga.
Could you just go below, Edith, for him to read it in English?
Scroll down. Oh,
Okay, there's something there that's got to be corrected. Sorry. When at the beginning, when you said Nedzi Osunkwa, I'm pretty sure you said Nedzi Onunkwa Suma.
You want me to re-say it?
Yeah, you might as well. Yeah.
Okay. Neji osokwa suma yate yoga garago kaso kwanya de neji gayato dano gudirio yoskat stano gano kwatsara satste agwego yeno arage rono jinie yogo asokwa suma dano yori wadoga.
You said it again at the beginning. You said Nedzi Osukwa Suma.
Osokwa suma.
Ah,
Oh, so it's supposed to be Suma?
Oh, Osoko. Oh, all right. No. No. Again, that's my fault. Okay. Neji Osoko yate yoga garago kasokwanya de. Neji gayatu dano gudirio yoskats dano ganquatsara satste agwego yenora gerono jinie yogo asokwa sua dano yori wadogo. Because the color white is not within the rainbow, but as in many plants and animals of beauty and strong medicine, all the people of Turtle Island viewed it as a sacred color that represented purity and truth.
Okay, so next week we finish the rest of the statement. Okay, oh, wait, can we go back to that? There's something that's got to be corrected in the Kanienkeha part, right in that last statement. No, it's at the beginning of what we've done, yeah. Okay. Okay, Agwegu Kaweno Gatsurage. Okay, the way we got it broken there, Gerda, you tell me if this is gonna be okay. Take that in Gutse. Take that comma out after Gutse. And put it after the RA. Gatsurage.
Going on Gatsurage. Yeah, that's okay.
Is this for everybody else? Does anybody got a problem with that? Does that actually make it easier for you to pronounce it? Gatsurage. Okay, it's easier for me to pronounce it. I see it easier this way than where the break was. Okay. All right. As long as that's okay in Kanienkeha, Wayagero.
Yeah.
Okay. All right then. The only thing is to close. So who's with us tonight? Everybody went around. Who hasn't closed? Everybody has, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's start back over in here. Mark did it last week, right? Was that last week or the week before? Okay, well.
All right. Marie-Claude Dietschitz, great-granddaughter of Marie-Louise, granddaughter of Yvette, daughter of Francine. Detinu Wadatu, Yagungwe Garunya Gesu. We give thanks to Sky Woman for giving us our spirit. Detinu Wadadu, Yetisota Santanika Garakwa, our grandmother Moon, for giving us our blood and to be the beating heart of our Mother Earth. Nyawagoa Yonkinistandi Unzage, our Mother Earth, for giving us our bodies and everything we need in this world. Nyawagoa Yonkinistan Ogun, all the mother of this world that gave birth to everyone. Nyawagoa Tikundi Nagerat Gawas, all the life givers and all the strains of life they exist in. Nyawagoa Onegasu, all the waters and all the shapes and forms they come in. Nyawagoa Ganyat Tarageru, Oyerunga, all the waters. Nyawagoa Onunkwasu, all the medicines that exist in all the shapes and forms, they come to us. Nyawagoa Kanyaneraskanagoa, the beautiful medicine of the great law of peace that offers so much understandings to get back to our humanity. Nyawagoa Degenide Ohadi, that allows us to be in a respectful relationship with the original people of Turtle Island. Nyawagoa for the counseling process, the true spirit of the clans. Nyawagoa Yoyankwatpenyes, the sacred tobacco. Nyawagoa Yuderiwate Jata, the ceremonial garden. Nyawagoa Onanda, pine, is it Onanda?
Yeah, you're right.
Onanda, Wata, which is maple. Onanta Guantansera, which is cedar. Nyawagoa Oneste, Ozaheda, One Osera Su'an, the three sisters. Nyawagoa Ganon Sesne, Deitinu Wadadu, Ganon Sesne, Aunzagi. We give thanks for the longhouse crowns. Nyawagoa for all our ancestors who carry the good mind to the fact that they made us who we are today. They walk with us and we thank them for their guidance. Nyawagoa for Tiduachia Chikeneke Garakwa, our eldest brother, the son, for the beautiful, he's our warrior and all the light that they bring into our world and the participation in life. Nyawagoa Goniguriu, the good spirit, Gayanduana, balance, Yohahio, the good path, Skana, peace. Nyawagoa for this beautiful Kanienkeha class, for the knowledge that we received through it. Nyawagoa for everyone participating, and Nyawagoa for all creation in good spirit, and we have nothing to do with bad, and we push it on the 3 levels of existence. Erisawit, 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 To.
Yeah.
Nazisha.com, Sason Dios.
Sasandios, bonne nuit, bon rêve tout le monde.
Enrique.